Hey, I'm Christine Scott with Scott Exteriors. We're at the Business 401 class for roofing, and it has been amazing. We've been in the business 26 years, and this is the first time that we've had SOP down in writing, had books that we can take to our training, to our salespeople. The experience has been incredible because we've actually been able to build our processes while we're here.
Yeah, I'm Kirk Scott, Scott Exteriors, Dallas, Texas. I have to agree with her. This has been one of our best experiences, a great learning experience, an opportunity for us to get so much documentation down and in writing, to have some programs in place to work with our production team, our sales team, just everybody in our office.
Amazing. What's one key takeaway you guys have from this event that you're going to be implementing when you get back?
Standard operating procedures. That I'm going to say
for sales.
That's the biggest.
Yeah, and especially for sales. Our sales team is probably a little loosey-goosey, and we probably need to rein that in a little bit. And what's in the book is amazing as far as just setting guidelines and kind of bumpers out there for our sales team.
You know, one of the things in the training books that I noticed where the hierarchy of your company says you and you, and that's very much been, everything's been in my head for so many years and all of our training and everything else. And so now to be able to get it standardized is going to be incredible.
How does this training, how is this compared to maybe other trainings you've done in the past?
Gosh, I think first of all, there's been nothing like this ever, and we've gone to a lot of stuff. I think in the past there have been things where you have manufacturers coming in talking about products and cutting edge things in the industry, but nothing based on your company and actually the hierarchy and structure of your company. Everything else is just about the roofing industry. This actually could technically go into almost any industry that we're doing here. It's basically setting up yourself for success in your company.
I think too, being able to walk away with a lot of the documentation is very valuable. So many seminars and trainings that I've been to over the years, whether they're motivational, whether they're down to earth, training on sales or production or whatever, the notes you take are the only thing you walk away from. So you're tasked with remembering all of that and then trying to go back to your office and implement those things. Here you're actually walking away with the documentation that we went over during the class, which I think is invaluable.
Yeah, and before we came, we bought all the manuals and were blown away before we even got here because literally it's what we've been doing for 26 years, but finally in a format that we can hand to a salesperson.
What about the local market research? What do you guys think about having that custom data delivered to you guys?
Christine's the marketing person for our company, so I'm going to let her answer that.
That was a first for me to actually see numbers, to actually see how many are in our district, which we always kind of had an idea of how many roofers were around us, but to understand the median age, way younger than I thought in my area, making me realize I need to change my marketing. I need to skew younger. The average households, how many are owned, how many are rented, all of that is going to affect how I market in the future. I honestly never knew that before.
Well, and also too, as long as Google has been around, one of the things we've yearned for as a company is more presence in Google. How do you get there? What do those statistics look like? What do those numbers look like? We've never really known that. And not only have you provided it, but I think you've given us an avenue to, we can go get that information. It's out there. That's going to really help us.
So to anyone who's considering coming to one of the 411 classes, what would you say to them?
Do it. I think literally we never had the time as a couple running a company. We never have the time to sit down and discuss those long-term hard things because you're tired at the end of the day. And even looking at these manuals, these manuals would have taken us 5 years and we would have never gotten finished. And they would never have been as pretty. But it's the thing that you need to do, but you don't have time to do. And honestly, I can't believe in 3 days that we've gotten it done. And even the time as a couple, so if anybody out there is a couple who owns a roofing company, that we've been able to sit here and talk and not have customers calling us, phone ringing. We've been able to make some decisions just being here for 3 days.
What's the next class you're going to be attending?
We're coming back to commercial. Well, I said he's coming back to the commercial class. We have a son in the industry, or I would say to anybody who has a sales rep in the industry that's getting into commercial. From yesterday's conversation, realizing we can catapult him probably 5-10 years down the road because training-wise for a commercial, you got to be on a project to train. Well, we're not doing every project at the same time. And so sometimes you may not see a project for 2 years, but we're going to get that training here.
Well, and the manufacturers on the commercial side have lots of on-hands training at various places around the country where you can learn how to do modified bitumen, or you can learn how to do TPO, or whatever it is you want to learn how to do. But they're not training you, or they're not giving you the tools to go out and find a business. And that's what 411's doing, is they're giving you the tools to go out and find the customers, implement your procedures, grow your company. And I think that's the most important part. That's why we're coming back.